Good evening. My name is John, the founder of Xencio GmbH. Let me ask you a question. Why do business need accounting? Is it just to see where your money is? Is it just to meet the bare minimum of compliance and tax declarations? Or is it for something much more? We know that successful big businesses use accounting to help them with strategic decision making. Actually, compliance is a secondary concern for corporates, right? But why isn't the small business doing the same thing? Well, it's because small business owners such as Lisa are way too busy running the business itself. Accounting to her is such an obligation and it's so manual and so annoying, and she just wants to make it someone else's problem to outsource it. So she picked shoebox. We all know the term, right? So you just pack all the invoices, incoming, outgoing, bank statements, receipts into this physical or a digitized shoebox and make it someone else's problem. So it arrives as your tax advisor's office and he will do your tax for you, which is perfect. End of the year, you receive a financial statement. Looks really professional, looks a lot of numbers in it, but do you actually understand it? And most importantly, when it comes once every year, if anything goes wrong in there, it is way too late for your small business to react. Most importantly, all these questions for a small business owner remains unanswered. From your book, you don't get these questions answered. Am I profitable? When am I more profitable? Can I afford the 14th salary? If you want to find out those questions, obviously you can just ignore and just do your business anyway. But if you want the answer of these questions, you always crunch the number in the best accounting system available, the Excel. And you will spend easily 8 to 40 hours. When you reach 40 hours, you need someone full-time to do this, just to get some ideas financially about your business. So we know this problem. In the last 3-4 years, me and the co-founding team worked in a earlier business that we found, which is corporate focusing. How did corporate solve this issue? Well, they have a large team of people producing these reports. So we helped designing algorithm to mimic what these teams do and try to make it easy for them. And now we're bringing it for the small business. We find for small business, cash flow is a lot more relevant than it is for the big business. So there's a lot of information within your bank accounts, in your transactions. We connect it to it, we interpret it, and in exchange, you get daily, real-time information about your business. Here's how it works. Cash flow comes in, whether by file or direct integration with your bank. You see all these pretty graphs, which you usually see in accounting systems, but the most important thing with our system, you do not need to scan a single invoice. You don't need to enter anything into an accounting system that you need to learn. This is already within your transactions. How did we know? How do we do that? There's already a lot of information that you tend to neglect within your transactions. Things like your reference field, things like the other party you're dealing with, and the company registry information about this party. We learn all this data. We tag every single transaction, so we actually understand your business much easier. So just a simple question about who is my major supplier? How much have I spent in the last 12 months? These sort of things are available to you every single day. And I'll say it again, you don't need to scan a single invoice. Within the team, we have 10 years experience in accounting, treasury management, auditing, product development, AI. So we know what we are talking about. And we are designing a software really to revolutionize this problem set. So this is a B2B SaaS platform, made it a freemium model for small business. So it started free, but obviously more they get, a monthly fee they would pay. This is very complicated. I'll break it down to a very easy business development strategy. In the first half of the year, we're working on direct sales based. We try to reach out as many local small businesses as possible. Once we confirm the sweet spot of all their requirements, we're going to turn on our online channel. What we are solving is not a problem unique to Austria, to Europe. This is a global problem in the developed country. Our competition at the moment is those business insights, mostly Excel. A lot of people will say we're similar to BI tools, but as I have to mention, in order for you to use a good BI tools, you need to have a good accounting system. If you don't maintain your accounts, you see nothing in your BI tool. We talked to a lot of startups in the last 5 months, actually more than 80 small startups. We found out their problems, and then we already in the process of bringing more beta customers to get them to try out with our platform. We're aiming to turn on our online channel at the end of the year. We're aiming at 3,000 SME free active users at the end of the year. And by then, we really hope the relevant investor will have to look at what we're doing. So today, our open beta is available. Please contact us. I'm sure in this room, you guys know another 60 small business. Please come and talk to me, and thank you so much for your time.
Perfect. The last pitch for tonight and the last jury round.
2 questions. So, is the solution geared towards SMEs, or is it geared towards like the bookkeepers and the accountants?
At the moment, it's geared towards the SMEs, but we want to work with special financial advisors, so not necessarily bookkeepers at this moment. We want to focus on people who actually already help controlling, already help liquidity planning, and they will be a good multiplier for us at this very moment. Our big vision is to do with automated bookkeeping. It's very costly, very competitive. It's not a battle that we are picking up right now. So we want to get as many users as possible using the suite feature and slowly go towards the automated accounting.
Yeah, but I've seen solutions that are geared towards bookkeepers or accountants, right? And yeah, you have a bunch, and it's very strong. The multiplier effect is really powerful in that case, right? So.
That's right. Actually, I just quickly mention, thank you for bringing that up. We are actually working with some of those platforms. For example, Domonda, we are actually working with them because at this very moment, we are aiming at different things. So we can offer a lot more to what they could offer, and they could be a good multiplier at this stage. Yes.
And then the second question, because you're a Chinese company, right, originally, or?
Originally, we're a Chinese company, and the Xencio GmbH is a brand new venture that me and one of the co-founder started. This is like a global company focused on the global market, which has completely different focus than the other business, which is still running as we speak at the moment.
But the reason to come to Europe is PSD2.
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason to come to Austria, because this is a wonderful ecosystem.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
So basically, if I understood correctly, you're extracting the data from the bank accounts and interpret it and use it as, for the cash flow statements and for predictions of certain things, right? The interpretation of this data, how does it take place?
So firstly, maybe we'll drill into one specific problem set. Like, what do people do when they do liquidity planning, right? So the common practice is that you take cash flow and then you categorize them, and then some of them you can use historical cash flow to predict. The others you can't. The others you need to bring in the external information, such as your account receivable, account payable. But what we do is that firstly, when you do a good categorization, you see your actual in real time. And we're talking about customized categorization, which is different to what George would offer. Right? Secondly, because we automatically categorize, and then they are able to, some of them is already done, the rest of them, they can port in the file. That's why we work with platform like Domonda and the other guys to bringing in the accrue-based data to aid our analysis. But this is one small feature set of what we can offer. There's also fraud, like the risk detection and liquidity related. Don't have enough time to talk about, but yeah.
Because I'm just thinking about the scenario where a person, where a small, where Susie or Susanne, or what was the name of the lady? She's relying too much on the software, and then she thinks everything's going fine, and maybe there was like misinterpretation of the categorization, etc., etc., and then she would have huge problems because she was not talking to humans.
That's right. We're not telling any of our customers, use our system, don't worry, this is going to solve all your problem. We're saying all these manual process you do with your Excel, your number crunching and this and that, if there's a rule, if there's a pattern in it, we will do it for you. You still have a look at it. It's not like you just look at the end result, but it's much easier. You do the very minimal input on an already sorted analysis. So your work is minimized, not saying she doesn't do anything.
And is there an interface to each bank, or do people have to download from the banks the accounts?
Actually, this is the whole thing with the PSD2. We are trying to work with third-party providers at the moment. You know, FinAPI does it. There's Figo, where we can integrate with, where they scrape every single bank. But what we are hoping is Austrian bank will finally finish their API. Then it's a lot more accurate, right? But we're talking about Austria. But when we're global focused, we also support as CSV. In case you're a business, not only in Austria, you're also in, I don't know, Dubai or something, then you can combine and see the overall picture of your business, not just the European one.
So you're in open beta. Have you been picking up traction? What are you doing to increase traction? And for how long are you planning to be in beta? And what's still necessary for you to fully launch the product to the market?
Actually, it is really easy for me to say, let's just turn the knob and then, you know, just really get the online marketing. I think we are ready to do that. But we really want to take a slow approach in a way where we want to make sure we at least have 50 or close to 100 of small business actually using us every single day. And what we offer is actually a common problem for the globe. Then we will turn on our marketing channel. So we're not waiting to do more development, but more wanting to hear the voice from the customer to fine craft that solution that can be scaled later on. So, yeah.
I think she's coming for us.
Exactly, I am. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering all the questions. I will take that as well. And a big round of applause one more time.